Hi guys, it's me Danielle Danny Buttons, and I'm here today with my personally long-awaited French Disney coloring book haul and flip through. I'm super excited to show you all these books. These are some of my favorite coloring books that I own, and I have just added 6 more to my collection. I'm going to show you which I got, and then I'm going to flip through them and explain them a little bit. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna show you them all and then flip through. So I'm going to flip through this one last. It's kind of the most explanatory. Like, once you see what type of images it is, you'll know if you like it. But anyway, this is Disney Silhouettes. Even by the cover, you can tell that you color the background and not the character itself. I mean, of course you can if you want to. This is, I'm never going to be able to say any of these, Mickey and Friends Mystery Coloring. I had never tried one of these, so I wanted to. This is actually like the kids' version of the other books, which I'll be showing you. I have now purchased my first 2 grid, what are these called? Mosaic? I'm not sure what we call them. I feel silly now, but 2 of these. So I have Babies and Tsum Tsums, which I'll show you again in a second. And finally, I have Les Grands Classiques Volume 6 and 7. Currently, there are 7 volumes of these out in the Grand Classics series. There is a Pixar book, a Cats and Felines book, there is a Mickey, Donald, and Friends, and I want to say that's it. Oh, and there's 2 optical illusion books. I have flip-throughs on all of the other books besides Cats and Felines, so if you want to check those out, I'll hopefully be linking them above, below, everywhere. I highly recommend looking at these flip-throughs if you're going to start your collection, because you'll see why in a second. So, if you've never seen one of these, you're obviously new to my channel, so welcome. Thank you for coming. But what these are mystery coloring, color by numbers, of all the characters. So when you open the book up, you really can't see much of anything. There are tons of little lines, and each line is numbered, obviously, and you don't necessarily know what is going to come out of this page. The colors are at the bottom. They are different for each page, but numbers and letters are down there. It's pretty clear. Sometimes I'll put a piece of paper up to it and color on the paper instead of trying to mark that up. But that's all preference, whatever. Absolutely love these books. As you can see, they are double-sided. What that means is you cannot use permanent markers of any sort, alcohol markers in here, because they will run through. I guess if you hated the character on the back and you wanted to give it a try, you could, but I do not. What I end up using is the Tombow, what is it called? Let's just get it out. Of course, this is a water base, but this is the Tombow brush pen dual tip. So this tip is a nib, that tip is a brush. What I end up doing, I personally like to do the black outlining first and then color it in afterwards. So I'll outline with the nib tip, fill in any outline with the brush tip, and then go from there. A lot of people will do the black outline last because it keeps it more of a surprise for longer. And then predominantly I use Crayola super tips for the rest of it. Sometimes I'll use color pencils. I used to do that more, but these books are huge, so it does eat a lot of color pencils. So I actually bought Crayola color pencils to use to eat that up instead because they're so cost effective. So anyway, I'm going to actually go to the answer key and flip through that. So, in the back of these books, it has all the answers of what's on each page. This is why I highly recommend you look at these before you make your purchase, because maybe you like the one a lot more than the others. At this point, I'm just collecting them all. I've been collecting these for over 2 years now, so I did not buy all 7 at once, or I guess 12. I have 12 of these books. But anyway, yes, so I love these books a lot because you get a lot of different characters that you normally don't see. Like, how often do you see Fantasia? Never. This is the little dog pillar from Alice in Wonderland. They do have what movie they're from at the bottom. It says it in French, though, so a lot of them you can tell just like Le Petite Siren is Beauty and the Beast is Little Mermaid, and it also says the year of the movie, so if you need to context clues it a little. Also, I apologize, my nails are terrible again. One day we'll get out of quarantine. Yeah. So, here are the first. I love these a lot. what I would say, this book in particular does not have as many black outlines as the previous books. Here's an example of the black outline. I think it makes it look nice and bold. And then here's an example of just using a random color instead of the black outline. I am personally going to probably put black outline even where there's not. We're going to at least test it once or twice and see how that goes. So yes, in these books you kind of want to see who you know. Maybe you love Winnie the Pooh. Not every book has Winnie the Pooh, so you'd want to look out for one with Winnie the Pooh. This is definitely too slow for how much I need to show you. So here are some images. A lot of the times they'll focus on, there's 100 images in here. You definitely get a wonderful variety of random characters. When have you seen this cat from 101 Dalmatians? I have never seen this cat in a coloring book before. So there are a lot of 101 Dalmatians in this book in particular. So they kind of focus in on a few different movies just to get the variety. There's a whole bunch of Mulan characters. Emperor's New Groove. I think that Brother Bear is a lot more popular in France than it was over here because there's a lot of those in here. So another Brother Bear. What is this in English? The Toad? Fantastic Mr. Toad? Something like that. Never see him though. Hunchback is obviously more popular in France too. And I hope I'm not going too fast. But here's just a taste of what images you're going to get in this book. A lot of my boy Winnie the Pooh. So that's exciting to me. Excuse me. Okay. So there's that. Here's the pictures of the first 5 in this series. Now, if you do end up with all 7, you will see some of the same characters multiple times. They're usually in different poses, so take that as you will. But I like it anyway because, again, I now have 12 of these books. That's 1,200 pages. So if I have to do Belle twice, that's fine. I don't have to do them right in a row. Or I could go and do all the Belles in a row. It's up to you when you're coloring it. Okay, Volume 7. My critique with Volume 7, I'm skipping right to the back, is for this one, for whatever reason, a lot of the pictures are very dark. I think you can see that already. Can you even tell that that's a Hercules scene? I don't know why they did this. I think they also did this in Volume 5 where they made everything a little bit darker. Obviously, you can just pick lighter colors when you're starting. For this, color matching is most important, in my opinion, on the character itself. Background does not matter as much, but also you just want to get the difference in color right. So for example, for Mickey, you can see there's 2 blues. If you want both blues to be darker, just make sure of your 2, that's lighter and that's darker. If you understand what I'm saying. I'm sure you do. So I don't need to over-explain it to you guys. Yes, so it doesn't need to match exactly. You just want to get the tones right and keep the color portioning right, if anything makes sense. So again, in this book, there's less black outlines than there used to be. I personally am probably just going to do black outlines anyway. Once you have done a few of these, you'll be able to start recognizing where the lines are. And of course, you can always look back here to make sure you're doing the lines right. These later books have more of the newer movies in them. So if you're really into the newer movies, these are probably for you. Like Frozen, even Princess and the Frog. See how dark these all are? Again, I'm just going to do a bit lighter for everything, but whew, they're dark. Or again, if you have all 7 of these, maybe you want something different and you want to do them in their darker versions. So there are a lot of Stitch. I think people really enjoy Stitch just in general. Chicken Little. I think there's only 2 Chicken Littles. Oh, this is an interesting tidbit. To my knowledge, in all 12 of these, there is not one page from Tarzan. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if in France they do not like Tarzan. I don't know. So yes, personally, my favorite book in this series is Volume 2. I love Volume 2. It has Winnie the Pooh in there, which a lot of them don't. And I just really like almost every single picture in there. What else can I tell you? Volume 3 has a lot of the Tinkerbell fairies from her spin-off movies. Volume 4 has a ton of movies, or of pictures from Disney sequels, which is very strange to me. So it'll have like Pocahontas 2, Cinderella 2, which a lot of us haven't even seen those, I don't think. All the direct-to-DVD ones. So again, if you can only buy 1 or 2, I would definitely recommend finding my old flip-throughs and making your decision that way. But Volume 2 is by far my favorite. So, let me actually show you one more thing in regards to these. Let's see if I can. Uh-oh. Where is that notebook? I was not prepared for this. I apologize. Ahaha. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you is something I personally did. I picked this up a little bit from all the French Instagrammers that I watch, but I actually printed out checklists of what pages to do. I just love tracking things, so this is definitely more for my benefit than anything, but these are all the pages I've done in each of the books. I've actually, as of yesterday, done 118 pages. These are the 2 new ones, that's why they're completely empty. The Pixar one also doesn't have any black lines, which is why I don't tend to like it as much. Mickey, Donald, and Friends, I'm actually going through and doing all the black lines, and then only a few of the actual coloring, so I've probably done 20 pages of black lines in that one. It's all up to you. Oh, these optical illusion ones work by, it's a different image, and then when you color it, it like flips. You'll understand if you see those flip-throughs. And then personally, again, this is definitely just my preference. I've kind of decided to make a little page chooser for me, because again, I now have 1,200 pages. So of course, you can just flip through and pick what you're feeling at that time. But I kind of love a theme. So I've themed out the months for myself and what I should do each month. So right now we're in June, so I'm doing Renaissance movies. So like all the 90s ones that are the best. And again, I don't have to only do this one, but it helps you pick when you have so many. So I'm going to do water movies in July, Prince is in August because it's my husband's birthday, Pixar, villains, princesses in November because it's my birthday, holiday ones. I never end up doing any pages over the holidays, but there are a lot of Mickey's Christmas Carol in the one book. 2010 I'm going to do in January because January is new and those movies are new. More princesses because there's a ton of them in there in February for like love. Sidekicks in March, Mickey's and Friends in April, oldies in May. So there's that. Again, purely for personal use, but that's what I plan on doing. Alright, that's my spiel on those guys. Definitely check them out. I love them so much. I love Disney so much. We went on our honeymoon to Disney, but it makes me nervous to color pages without color by number because I personally want to get them as accurate as possible. So the color by number is a great way to do that. And again, those books have a lot of characters you do not normally see, which I think is a lot of fun. So, on to these 2. The squares. There are a whole bunch in these series. I had never tried them before. That's a dog hair, so I figured I would just get 2 to try. And yeah. I'm going to flip through the backs of these. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be making another order with more of these in a minute. Very soon. So, babies. Again, I've been doing the crosshatch method, which I had never done before. So, this was my first page trying it. Again, I picked a Renaissance movie for the month of June, and then I just finished this one last night. So, these are little sneak peeks. But I love it a lot. And then let's go through the answers. So I actually looked up flip-throughs of these books to make my decision because, again, I was only picking 2 to start. So I wanted to make sure I got 2 I really liked. These are so cute with them as babies. Like, so cute. Baby Hercules, please. Yes. I don't know if cross-hatching will work for all of them because obviously some of them are tinier. But I might try it. So that's what's in there. And finally, the Tsum Tsums. I used to play this game, the phone game, and I actually collected the Tsum Tsums. So What's different about this book, here's my sneak peek, is if you can see, they're not lined up perfectly. They're off center on purpose. Can you see it in the blank? I'm sorry, now you're gonna just see shadow. So they're not a perfect grid. And I think that's to get more detail. But, so here's a bunch of just the Tsum Tsums being super, super cute. I absolutely love this page. Like, that's why I picked this book over some of the other ones. And then at the back, there's actually stills from the little TV show that they had, or they were just shorts between other TV shows on the Disney Channel. So that's what's in that book. So they give you the real image from the show and then their interpretation of it. Obviously in some they had to make little changes, but so cute. So excited for these books. While I'm here, I'll tell you all the pricing and shipping information. I'm going to try to find links and put them below, but the problem is right now with the pandemic, not all of them are in stock properly, things like that. So I purchased these from Amazon France. In the past, I've also purchased from Amazon UK. So I would recommend looking them up and seeing which has the better shipping to wherever you are. I've actually seen some of them on Amazon US now, but it's the Spanish versions, which I've never seen before, so that's pretty cool. And I don't know if they're like shipping from Mexico or what, maybe, but you can check there too. Obviously, the prices look extreme from Amazon US, so definitely go with Amazon France if the prices are good. Retail price, these are €7.95, and the big boys are, I think, €12.95. So you want to try to get them as close to that as you can, obviously. I paid so much for shipping. I definitely should not have, and I haven't in the past, but I was just really desperate to get these, so I went for it. I think shipping ended up being like $40 US. Ugh, but almost all of them were retail price, so it kind of, I justified it that way instead of paying gouged up prices and free shipping. I ordered these May 22nd, and they got here June 10th. So what is that? 19 days, which was not too bad. They actually shipped overnight. They just hadn't shipped for the first 18 days. And then I got a notification that they had shipped, and then they claimed they were stuck in customs, but they moved on within a few hours, and they got to me next day. So it was pretty remarkable. I was really nervous when you're buying from them. They actually denied my credit card at first because I hadn't set it up for international purchases. But obviously I fixed it right away, and it wasn't a credit card problem. It was just an international problem. So they shipped them out, and it worked out. They did give me tracking, which I wasn't sure if they were going to. And I'm so happy to have them. So that's those. I'll try to link them, but otherwise I would just search Grand Classics on any Amazon or Disney Grand Classics, and they should come up, and then they usually like link together, and you might also like, so definitely look for them that way. Okay, this is another series. I think this is like the kids version of those Grand Classics. There's a whole bunch of these. A bunch of these were not in stock right now due to pandemic, but I think now they're almost all back in stock. I decided to pick Mickey and Friends because it was different from the rest of them, and as you can see, these are much less of a mystery. You can pretty much tell what you're getting into right away. But it's still super cute and simple, and I think it would be a fun change. So there are 30 pictures in here. It's going to be a lot of blues. And it's interesting because there's actually one double page, which I've never seen in color by number, so that's pretty cool. I really love Mickey and the gang, so I'm excited to do this one. Obviously, if you really want to go crazy with this, you could always change up your colors a little bit since it's so easy to see what's going to happen. Or even use some glitter or do weird stuff like that. So, that's that one. This is €5.95 original price. So, these are definitely a cheaper way to get some color by numbers. But, as you saw, they're definitely simpler. Okay. On to this guy. This was one of the ones that I've wanted for so long. I'm so excited to finally have it. I think I have 3 books that are not color by number Disney books, but I'm actually probably going to do a whole coloring book flip through or a collection video soon. Let me know if you want to see that. Again, I have 118 in those Disney alone, so it's going to take a little bit. One section is definitely going to be just the Disney ones. But yes, let's go. Let's go. How this book works is the character is outlined in the middle, and then it's kind of things reminding you of the character around the edges. Some of these are a little hard to tell who they are. So this is Merida. We got Mrs. Incredible, Elastigirl, Pinocchio. So as you can see, it's like all the little wooden toys and things like that. Some of the things don't match exactly with the movies. It's just kind of the vibe. And then in theory, you would pick colors that match the movies. Moana, Winnie the Pooh. Cannot wait for that one. Love me some Winnie the Pooh. WALL-E. WALL-E is my favorite Pixar movie. Dumbo. Super cute. Pocahontas. Tinkerbell. I assume Lightning McQueen. Could just be a random car. Who knows? Peter Pan. Snow White. Donald Duck. Flick from Bug's Life. Mowgli from Jungle Book. Cinderella. Minnie Mouse. Oh no, this one's Daisy Duck, excuse me. Doing this very quickly, just so you get an idea of who's in here. One of the Planes, I assume from the Planes movie. Bambi. Jasmine. Goofy. Joy from Inside Out. Zazu and Simba from Lion King. Rapunzel. Milo from Atlantis. Remy from Ratatouille. The book's actually sliding a little bit. Robin Hood. Mulan. Boo from Monsters, Inc. Pongo and a Pup from 101 Dalmatians. Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Cusco from Emperor's New Groove. Nemo from Finding Nemo. I'm assuming Bernard from Rescuers. He's one of the little mice. Elsa. Genie. Eve from WALL-E. Oh, they're stuck together. Oh no. Alice. Hercules. Judy Hopps. Zootopia. The cats from Aristocats. Ariel. Stitch. Woody. It's actually hitting into my computer, and that's why I keep sliding. Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Tiana. Minnie Mouse. Russell from Up. Lady and the Tramp. Sleeping Beauty. Lilo. Anna. I forget her name. Celia from Monsters, Inc., I want to say. Mike's girlfriend. Marie from Aristocats. Maleficent. I want to say Tiana as a frog. Arlo from Good Dinosaur. Weird choice, but okay. Cruella de Vil. Fairy Godmother. Grumpy. Ursula. So that is that. There are 60 pages in there. I think that's a super great deal. This retails for €9.95. So that is my haul. Sorry that this took so long. I hope this helped if you're deciding on buying some of these. Again, I'm going to probably link to the search page below. But just search for Grand Classics on any, Disney Grand Classics on any of the Amazons, and you'll probably get to at least one of them. I think shipping is already cheaper, or I expect it will be. I don't know. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe to me if you want more Disney content like this. Like this video, notification bell, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!